Today's story begins in the peaceful Pacific Northwest, where the sounds of airplanes are just another part of the soundtrack of Seattle's everyday life. But on August 10th, 2018, something happened at SeaTac Airport that stunned aviation experts, law enforcement, and, well, the entire world. A man stole a commercial airliner with absolutely no malicious intent. He didn't intend on hurting anyone. There was no passengers aboard the plane. It was just one deeply troubled ground service worker making a final, impossible expression of freedom. This is the story, the true, complicated, and strangely human story of Richard Bebo Russell, the man who stole a plane, did barrel rolls, called air traffic controllers the nicest guys, and turned the sky into his final confessional.
Started up and get it to go. Did a couple hours, I guess. But yeah, I wouldn't know how to land it. I wasn't really planning on landing it.
Richard Russell was not a criminal. He was not an extremist or a radical or someone with a violent past. He wasn't even someone that anyone expected to ever become famous, or infamous in this case.
Apparently he's a grounds crewman with Horizon, I guess. And right now he's just flying around.
Richard was born in Key West, Florida, but he spent most of his life in Alaska and Washington. He wrestled in high school, he joined youth group, married his high school sweetheart. They eventually actually opened up a tiny bakery that was called Grounded. It's an ironic name in the end. Most people would have described him as funny, warm, kind. He had a big smile and an even bigger heart.
Just flying the plane around, you seem comfortable with that?
Oh, hell yeah, it's a blast, man. I played video games before, so I know what I'm doing a little bit. Nah, I told you, I don't want to hurt no one. I just want you to whisper sweet nothings into my ear.
He eventually got a job with Horizon Air as a ground service worker. Those are the people loading bags and guiding aircraft, towing planes. People call them wing walkers as well. It's hard work, long hours, low pay.
Minimum wage. We'll chalk it up to that. Maybe that'll grease the gears a little bit with the higher up. Maybe, yeah.
There was something he found strangely beautiful about working near planes. The big lights, the roar of turbines, the endless skies of Seattle. Friends say that he felt free there.
Nah, everything's peachy clean. Just did a little circle around Rainier. It's beautiful. I think I got some gas to go check out the Olympics. And yeah.
But behind the jokes, the smiles, and the kindness, something was quietly growing. A heavy, invisible sadness.
I got a lot of people that care about me, and it's going to disappoint them to hear that I did this. I would like to apologize to each and every one of them. Just a broken guy, got a few screws loose, I guess. Never really knew it until now. Just, you know.
August 10th, 2018, SeaTac Airport, a Friday evening. Everything was calm at the airport, but busy. Flights were in, flights were out. It was basically how airports normally are, a controlled chaos. Richard was working a usual shift. There's nothing strange, nothing suspicious, that is, until 7:30 p.m., when Richard decided to climb into a Q400 turboprop aircraft, a plane designed to carry 76 passengers, and he powered it up. No one noticed, no one questioned it. Why? Because airport workers sit in planes all the time. For training or maintenance, cleaning. It wasn't unusual. Until the plane started to move. The moment the wheels began to roll, everything changed. Richard wasn't taxiing a plane for work. No, he was taking off. Using skills that he had picked up by observing pilots, online videos, hands-on experience of towing aircraft, he pushed the throttles forward, and at 8:32 p.m. that night, without any clearance and without any training, Richard Russell pulled a full-sized passenger aircraft into the air. When the towers finally figured out what had happened, chaos erupted. Military jets were scrambled, air traffic controllers tried to make contact, and when they did, they were expecting a hijacker, a terrorist, or some sort of ransom demand, but instead, they got Richard. He was funny, he was polite, he was even apologetic.
Hold on. Shoot. Man, I'm sorry about this. I hope this doesn't ruin your day.
The world was stunned later when his conversation was actually released, the one that he had with the air traffic controllers. He wasn't trying to hurt anyone. He wasn't angry. He wasn't mad about anything. He was sad. He was broken. He was talking through the final moments of his life with the strangest calm that you can imagine. The air traffic controllers tried to talk him down. They wanted him to land the plane, obviously, but Richard wanted to stay in the air.
This is probably like jail time for life, huh? I mean, I would hope it is for a guy like me.
Well, Rich, we're not going to worry or think about that, but could you start a left-hand turn, please?
It was heartbreaking, beautiful and tragic all at once. A man struggling with mental health who felt that there was nowhere left to go found the sky as a final place to breathe.
Alrighty, yeah, I just kind of want to do a couple maneuvers, see what it can do before I put her down, you know?
What happened next left aviation experts speechless. Richard flew the aircraft southwest toward the Puget Sound, and he performed a full barrel roll. That's something that even experienced pilots struggle to do. The plane lost altitude, the wings shook, the frame groaned, but he pulled it off. Air traffic control said, "You don't want to be doing that," and Richard's response was almost childlike.
All right, Rich, this is Captain Bill. Congratulations, you did that. Now let's try to land that airplane safely and not hurt anybody on the ground.
All right. Nah, damn it, I don't know, man, I don't know. I don't want to. I was kind of hoping that was going to be it, you know?
Towards the end of the flight, Richard's voice began to soften. He started to talk about being sad, about being tired, about being broken. He said that he never wanted to hurt anyone. Air traffic control offered him landing instructions. They begged him to try, told him that he could survive this. But Richard's mind was already made up.
Like I said, it would be a better option, I think, if you tried to land it or even land it on the water.
Yeah.
At 8:46 p.m., after a 75-minute joyride, the Q-400 turboprop aircraft that Richard had commandeered crashed into the woods of Ketron Island. No one else was injured, but Richard, he died instantly. In the aftermath of the situation, people struggled to characterize him. Was he a criminal? Maybe. Was he a terrorist? Absolutely not. He was a man who was suffering in silence. He was a man who waited far too long to ask for help. He made a terrible and tragic decision, but he did everything he could to make sure that no one else paid the price. His family would remember him as being kind, funny, creative, the kind of guy who would do anything for a laugh. His co-workers, they remembered him as being hardworking, respectful, the kind of guy that everybody liked. But the internet, well, the internet remembered him in a little bit of a different way. He was given a nickname, the Sky King. A myth, a meme, a tragic folk hero. Richard Russell's story is many things all at once. It's a human tragedy, of course. It's also a red flag for mental health crises. It is a airport security wake-up call, that's for sure. But it's also a reminder that sometimes people who seem really happy actually aren't. It brings to mind someone like Robin Williams, a man who gave so many smiles, he forgot to keep some for himself. His flight forced airports around the world to rethink training, ground crew access, and aircraft security. It also forced people to start speaking openly, some of them, I'm sure, for the very first time, about depression among men who seem fine from the outside. It also left us with a haunting, unforgettable recording. Not of a villain, but of a man who just didn't know where else to go.
I'm gonna land it, in a safe kind of manner. I think I'm gonna try to do a barrel roll, and if that goes good, then I'm just gonna nose down and call it a night.
Richard Bebo Russell didn't want to be remembered for what he did. He wasn't looking for fame or headlines. He wanted peace. And for that one final hour and 15, he found it in the sky. I let it go, it's not my own, it don't If you found this story meaningful or interesting, please hit like and subscribe for a new episode every week. And if you're struggling with depression, please, don't struggle alone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Interesting True Stories. Singing stars, singing stars.